It begins not gently, not gradually, but with a violence so bright it breaks the very idea of daylight. Not the warm orange of dawn creeping over rooftops, and not the electric tear of lightning slicing through storm clouds. No, this light is raw, pure, merciless. A flash so white it seems to erase shadow, erase thought, erase the world itself for anyone close enough to witness it head on. Those nearest never understand what they saw. Their final breath is swallowed by brilliance. For them there is no sound, no reflection, no fear, only a blinding instant where existence simply ends. Further out, in the radius where time still belongs to observation, people see something that the human mind is not built to process: a second horizon tearing itself into being. A sphere of expanding radiance, impossibly fast, impossibly large, blooming outward like a new sun born too close to survive. Shadows tighten, sharpen, stretch. Walls shimmer as heat reflects off surfaces that were cold seconds before. Then impact, a shockwave not heard but felt, a violent force inhaling everything in its path and exhaling destruction. Glass becomes dust. Steel becomes confetti. Towers built to withstand centuries collapse in moments like toys kicked over by a careless child. Cars slide, buildings fold, pavement splits open like a wound in the earth. Cities closest to the blast turn unrecognizable monuments, and skylines vanish beneath rolling waves of fire and debris. Landmarks that defined identity for generations become memory in under a minute. And yet, beyond that circle of devastation, another world continues, confused, trembling, but still breathing. Dozens, then hundreds of miles away, life stutters but does not stop. Breakfast dishes clatter. Children laugh in schoolyards. Workers type messages that may never be read. Something feels off: a tremor, a flicker of light, an emergency tone none have ever heard. Screens glitch, devices stall, networks choke under the weight of millions trying to understand the same question. News anchors scramble for scripts written in panic. Reporters steady voices that want to shake. Sirens rise and fall like mechanical screams trying to outrun silence. Birds burst from treetops in confused spirals. Dogs pace and whine, sensing danger older than language. No one yet knows if what they witnessed is a single tragedy or the opening note of something far worse. But deep inside that uncertainty, something ancient and cold settles into the human mind. The ordinary world, the one built from routines, alarms, coffee cups, and blind faith in tomorrow, has unraveled. The first hour has begun, and with it, a chapter humanity prayed would remain unwritten. Above the blast, a column forms a towering plume of dust, ash, shattered industry. It rises with hypnotic speed, thickening into a shape immortalized by history and dread alike. The mushroom cloud, a monument made not of stone, but of poison. Within it churn millions of particles: glass, metal, soil, the skeleton of a city ascending into the heavens like a grim offering. Spectators stare from far-off windows, their awe masking the reality invisible to their eyes. The true threat is already airborne. Fallout, radioactive dust that obeys no borders, no reason, carried by winds indifferent to life below. Phones erupt with alerts. Messages flash across screens. Shelter immediately. Avoid windows. Stay indoors. Some listen. Many do not. People wander outside with cameras raised, trembling but curious, documenting a moment that could become their last recorded thought. Others rush for cars, believing escape is safety, unaware that movement may lead them directly into the descending cloud. The vocabulary of the unimaginable becomes common speech. Behind closed doors, governments ignite emergency machinery. Generals exchange clipped orders. Diplomats make frantic calls, hoping the world can be pulled back from the brink. Strategic command prepares for retaliation because if one warhead has fallen, more may follow. Outside, civilian life fractures. Gas stations overflow with panicked lines. Grocery stores lock doors to keep crowds from tearing shelves bare. Neighbors knock on one another's homes desperate for information, yet no one knows more than rumor. Panic spreads like a second explosion slower, but just as consuming. 30 minutes in, the world divides. Those who know almost nothing and those who know too much. In bunkers and war rooms, screens glow with satellite feeds, radar plots, coded messages dripping data faster than any human can interpret. Leaders stare at maps where decisions weigh lives in millions. Calm is enforced. Doubt is suppressed, but beneath military composure lies a tremor of the same fear gripping every living room in the world. Beyond those reinforced walls, society strains like glass about to crack. Networks buckle. Government websites fail. Social media becomes a battlefield of rumor and misinformation. People call family and hear nothing but static. Hospitals activate disaster protocols, clearing beds, rationing supplies, knowing help may never arrive. Police phone lines drown in confusion. Smoke mistaken for new blasts. Screams mistaken for attacks. Movement becomes chaos. Roads clog. GPS signals glitch. A single abandoned car halts entire arteries of travel. Trains stop. Commercial flights freeze on runways while military aircraft carve urgent paths through the sky. Airports shift from bustling hubs to silent waiting rooms of stranded souls. Trust dissolves a currency civilization cannot function without. When people no longer believe anyone is in control, behavior fractures into instinct. Run, hide, search, panic. The greatest hazard in these early hours is not fallout, but human reaction to fear.